listen, do you have one of these in your nativity set? If you don't, you might want to think about getting one. This is actually a manger. This is what mangers looked like in ancient Israel and the time of Jesus. And so they were not something that was made out of wood. They were made out of carved rock or carved stone. And they didn't hold food, they held water. So a manger was a carved rock that held water for dry and thirsty flocks. Now that's really interesting because in the Older Testament, in the book of Numbers, there's this story when Moses is leading the people out of the captivity from Egypt in through the desert, that he speaks to a rock and the rock offers water to the nation of Israel. Paul tells the church at Corinth that that rock is a picture, an image of Jesus Christ. And couple that with the idea that all of this Older Testament language about God is used in Jesus, and that Jesus is the rock. Jesus is the rock and the Redeemer. Jesus is our rock and our fortress. Jesus is our rock and our salvation. And Jesus is the rock that offers living water. It makes it really appropriate that Jesus is swaddled in cloths as a baby and laid in a manger, a rock that offers water. If you add to that the idea that in Mark chapter 6, that as Jesus grew up, he was trained as a carpenter. Now, we usually use carpenter as the translation. In the original language, it says tekton. A tekton is a general term just meaning builder. And if you've ever been to Israel and seen the ancient sites, most things were built out of rock and stone. And so Jesus would have been more accurately a stonemason or a rock builder as opposed to a carpenter. And he used frequently imagery from a stonemason's vocabulary, a stonemason's language. He says, talks about being the chief cornerstone. He talks about laying the foundation in stone. And in fact, in Revelation, the stones that he uses to lay the foundation of the heavenly kingdom are stones of jasper and emerald and sapphires. We also see that he was the stone that the builders rejected. Archaeology tells us that the place where Jesus was crucified was actually an abandoned quarry. It was filled with stones that the builders had rejected. So there's a message of hope in this. There's a message of hope for the people who are outliers and who are marginalized and who are rejected. Because you see, that rock is still offering water to the dry and the thirsty. Oh, and one little addition and add-on, just trivial, is that when you add the ark, like as an archangel, an ark means a ruler or a top, and so when you say there is an architecton, that means that they are the ruling, the person who's ruling the builders. That's where we get the word architect. Just want to throw that in there because my father is an architect by trade. So architect comes from that ark, that ruling tecton, architecton. Hey, stay safe, stay healthy, read your Bibles.